Not you trying to be more American than the American.
Why are you faking your accent?
It's not even your country for real.
They're so funny. They think if they play American enough, they will be
You're
American.
actually such a wannabe.
Hi, wannabes, and welcome back to Wanna Be Americaner, a podcast for outsiders by the outsider herself, Bianim. What's poppin'? What's good, y'all? I'm in a good mood. Tonight, it's either that or I'm extremely exhausted and I need to take my ass to sleep because when I'm exhausted, I start to talk a lot. Okay? But today's episode, y'all, let me tell you something. So I was talking to my cousin. This episode was actually inspired by my cousin, yeah? I was telling her about like my friend group and like how we operate when we go out for parties and just in general. And she was like, bro, like, that's crazy because I've never like had a friend like that. I've never had like a friend group like that. And that baffled me because I was like, how are we existing in a world where people don't have friends like my friends? Now, because of that, trust me, the crazy friend, I sent a form to all my friend group. Okay. And you know one thing I love about my friend group, one thing I love about us is they indulge me in my crazy. So I had all of them fill out a form, right? And like guidelines, every single thing, like, because I told them to like talk about our friend group and then they were all like acting crazy. And I was like, you know what? Let me just take the wheel and have everybody fill out a form that I curate so that I can make this episode for y'all. So you know what a real friend is supposed to be like. You know what a real friendship is supposed to look like. You know what a real friend group is supposed to look like. Okay, so we're going to be getting into that. Big ups to my friends, Kita, Naomi, Alexis, Leila, Gisele. Big shout out to y'all. I love you forever and ever. Okay, let's get into this episode. So I'm honestly going to probably provide the form for y'all in case you guys want to evaluate your friendship. I really wanted to do this evaluation of my friendship so I could kind of understand like why all of us are friends and also like how we've lasted so long because we're college friends. And I know that sometimes like when you leave college or when you just like there's so much distance between us, like we tend to like fade the friendship away quietly. But like we've been going strong, y'all, for like 2 years now. I know like 2 years is still small, but I think like we're gonna last forever personally, just because of like how we all operate. So I'm going to drop that in the podcast description if you want to evaluate your friendship too. It could also be like a personal thing or you could share with your friends and like y'all could do it for like girls' night or something. Now, down to the T, y'all, down to the T. There's a couple of green flags. I think when it comes to like having friendships, maintaining friendships, and like keeping friendships, especially in your 20s, I think it is taken for granted a lot because everyone is always like, I made friends. I already have friends. Now, your friends could be like all over the globe, but you're like, I have friends. And I'm like, okay, cute. But like, if you're going through real life shit in the present and you need a friend to hug, who are you going to hug? You know what I'm saying? Like, who are we going to... And I get like making friends in our 20s can be super scary. It could be super overwhelming. I would rather just not, but I live for rejection. I would say let's dabble and kind of just see and just experience it because better to have tried than not to have tried. Like at least if you're lonely, you're not lonely because you decided to be lonely. It's because nobody wants to be your friend. And that's okay. Like I will be your virtual friend through this podcast. But yeah, couple of green flags of a real friendship. I'm going off of the form that my friends sent. They filled out a couple of green flags of any real friendship that you think might be going somewhere, you hope to go somewhere. The biggest thing is honesty and accountability. And I think this is so important, bro, because I've met people who just make excuses for everything. And honestly, like in a friendship, it's like, babes, like, can you just tell me as it is? Like, bro, you messed up. Stop talking about as my friend. Like, I don't feel like I would be a good friend to you if I just indulged you in like all the crappy things that you do. Like, I feel like friendship is supposed to be a place where you all grow together and not that we're making excuses for each other. Like, I support my females in both right and wrongs, but like when the wrong is beginning to look as if, baby, are you trying to call for help? I will say something. I will speak up, and I think that's how all of us kind of are. Like we are very, very open and we call people out on their shit. And I think our friend group is very, like we do like a solid mix of give and take. So like you could call people out on their shit, but like they could take it and know that it's coming from a place of love. And I think we also know how to speak with each other and we all know how to converse with each other because there's a way you would say something that just seems like you're demeaning them. And there's also a way that you would say something that yes, the person might not want to hear it, but like they know that it's out of love. Like there's a huge difference between the two. And I think our friend group has, been able to master that, speaking from a place of love, but still be super blunt and still be super honest because we genuinely care for each other. And that is so, so important. I think we need to, like, when it comes to friendships, y'all, like, we cannot be making excuses. Like, and people who cannot take criticism, oh, baby girl. No, 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 no. That's probably going to be one of my red flags. We're going to talk about red flags later, but like, let's just talk about the green flags that I look for and my group of friends look for in friendships and why we've lasted so long. Secondly, we have genuine support and jealousy. I don't think I've ever had, okay, no, I have had one, but like friends who genuinely support you, bro. Like my friends, I feel like I won the lottery with like my friend group, and I won the lottery. Like everybody I've met in this life that I get to call my friend, it's just like genuineness amongst all of us. Like if one person wins, y'all, everybody wins. Like it's like I don't know how to explain it. It's just like the celebration is like no matter how small the win is, like everybody celebrates everybody. Like it is crazy. There's no form of jealousy, bro. Like, what is jealousy? Like, nah, you know what? Actually, no. We did have this one friend who was, girl, she was just a lot of human being, okay? Like, she would try to one up you. Like, if you had like something successful happen to you, like, she would try to one up you and make it about her instead of like allowing you have the spotlight. And I didn't like that. And I have like a thing for like good friendships because like I could spot a fake bitch from a mile away. Don't play with me. And I don't even roll with that at all. But like it was just like genuine support and no form of jealousy. Like a win for one person is a win for the whole friend group. I think that's how we saw each other and I really love that for us. Another thing is communication and understanding, bro. Nobody was keeping shit inside of them. Everybody was like, if you mess up, we will call you out right there and then. But like for me, I feel like I was the most blunt in the group. So I had to like take a day to kind of like analyze my words and make sure I don't say anything to come off a wrong way. But like still make sure I'm speaking with a lot of like love for the person and a lot of, but I don't think it ever got to a point where I was like speaking, just like speaking. Like if I had an issue with somebody, like I would call them out. Like I know I had like when I was in sophomore year, this was before I met my group of friends. I had this one friend and I had gotten to a part in my life where I was just like, I didn't want anyone speaking negativity towards me. So like calling me a bitch, even just for fun or a fool or like any of those words, like I wasn't down for anyone calling me any of that, whether it was a joke or not. And she would make fun of that and like she would like, still call me. And I was going through like a lot of things. So I had to call her. I was like, babes, like I understand that this is how you speak, but like when you're talking to me, like, could we not refer to me at these words? Because this is where I'm coming from. Like, this is what I'm trying to achieve with myself. I'm trying to like find self-love with myself. And she was very understanding of it. So I really do appreciate that. I think like being able to communicate that with someone and just being able to communicate in general with your friends will save you so much stress in this life, bro. Because bottling shit up the bottle is going to burst at some point. And it's not going to burst in a nice way. It's going to burst in the worst way possible, bro. And that could probably like almost end your friendship, honestly. So I just think like don't be scared. Like, why are you friends with somebody you're scared with? Like, scared of? Like, huh? If you can't talk to your friend, you probably shouldn't be friends with them in the first place. I'm so sorry. Your friendship group should feel like a safe place for you. Like, you should be able to like say shit to your friends. I don't know, like, I feel like all my friends know my deepest, darkest secrets. At least that my friend group, like, I know I could trust them with my life. So, like, even if we no longer become friends, I know I'm not going to hear my gist anywhere else. Like, nothing I've spilled to them, I'm not going to hear anywhere, regardless of whatever, which I don't think anything is time. Those are my kids' aunties, okay? Like, period. Like, I'm not playing about those worlds. Another thing, which is our biggest green flag in our friend group, is our differences. We embrace each other's differences. Y'all don't even understand. Like, let me read it out to you. Like, one of our friends described our friend group and like what each of us represent in the friend group. So I'm going to probably start off with, let me see, y'all. Because she literally explained us so well. She basically described us so well. So my best friend, all these girls are my best friends, okay? So Kita, she was like, she's the mom for sure. So like our friend Kita basically was a mom. Like I don't know how to explain the mom of the group, but like if you know who the mom of the group is, she was the mom of the group. Like she made sure everybody was on their shit, like made sure everybody was like together, and like everybody was taking care of, especially when we went out. If anybody got drunk, like she's a real one, y'all. Like she a real one. Because I personally have PTSD from people who throw up while they drink. So I will not touch you, okay? Because I don't do all that. Like if you're throwing up, like that's on you. Like, but she would like literally like comfort you and like rub your tummy and everything and make sure you get all the throw up out. She a real one, okay? Like that's a mama right there, okay? Next we have Naomi. That's my girl. She's the serious and intelligent one. I don't know who said she's serious and intelligent because girl, like, what do I look like? What do I look like? But Naomi, she's gonna be the lawyer for my family when I have one. That's for sure. So I guess like that explains why she's the serious and intelligent one. I don't want to say nothing about them. Sorry for using bitches, but yeah. Then they describe me. Okay, me. It was like Biani is charismatic, outgoing, and stylish. Let me know if y'all agree because I think I'm a charismatic girl. Okay, I'm talking to y'all. So that was me. And then we have my friend Alexis, who's a talkative, and she's such a sweet soul. Honestly, I disagree with this because Alexis be in her own world half the time, which I love because I love to get into her world because it's like, girl, what are you what's going on up in here? What I like it though, but like what's happening? Like you could get down with her, like, you know, have fun, live the good life. Giselle, I call her my angel on earth. They call her the literal secret life of the party, and she's such a kind-hearted person, bro. Like you don't understand. Like I pray everyone experiences a Giselle in their lifetime, like in a friend group. Ooh, I don't know how to explain it. Like I just like Giselle is that friend that like life or death, she's going to be there for you. Like she's that friend that like intentionally gives you stuff just because she knows that maybe something like be going on in your life, and she will forget herself, which I hated so much. I'm like, girl, what are you doing? But I love her to death, and she is literally, I tell her this all the time, she's literally my angel on earth. Leela, oh my gosh, y'all, I forgot my girl. Leela is my twin, y'all. Leela is my twin. She's like the quiet, calm girl, but she gon', you know, like she know how to party, but she's like still super sweet, and she's just, oh, she's just a girl's girl, okay? A girl's girl, 100%. You could get down with Leah too. Okay, I think with all my girls, we could all get down. That's one thing, okay? And I love that for us. Like, college was a time. And let me tell you, I think I said this in previous episodes, y'all. I went to school in a village. The village didn't have nothing besides Walmart, y'all. Besides Walmart. So you have to do something with that. And we would have like the best girls' nights. Like, I feel like our girls' nights were better than anything in this world. I think we all have so many different qualities. And I think that's what makes us like so good together. But we also have similar qualities. And I think that's another thing when it comes to friendships. Like, there has to be some similar qualities in a friend group. If everybody is not on the same page in some way, somehow that friend group is not going to work out. With our friend group, I feel like all of us are very driven. We have like these big goals for our lives, and we have this like, you know, this identity that we have for ourselves. I be telling the girls, I said, y'all, like when we all get rich, y'all, I am taking us on trips. We are going to be living life. Like we are getting each other out the ghetto, because when one person makes it, we all make it. But that doesn't mean we're going to be leeching off of each other. Like everybody's going to strive. I think like one thing about us is that the drive that each of us have is what like pushes us to like want to do more for ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that's like one major thing that we all have. That's why like our differences, like we have our differences, but like we still like have those similarities as well, which I really, really love. And I think that's some important things to look for in friendships. Like, yes, y'all could be different. Y'all could be, you know, however you want to be, but there has to be like some similarity in some way. Unless like there might be some friction. I will say like I personally feel like there will be some friction, because I was also watching this one girl, and like she was introducing us to her friends, and I was like watching this video, and I was like, yeah, like this is her in like multiple fonts. Like that is insane. Like they all look different, they all have their own thing going on for them, but like they all share the same traits, y'all. Like literally like clockwork. No, but those are a couple of green flags I look for in friendships. Those are a couple of green flags that have made our friendship last. And I think these are very like important green flags that you should look for when you are looking for a real friendship, personally, especially in your 20s, because people out here be roaches, y'all. Like, people don't have your best interest at heart. Like, people are trying to see your downfall. People are using you for clout. Baby, it's scary up in here. That's all I'm like. That's please, please. Okay. Some red flags to look out for are friends who do not celebrate you. Friends who try to one up you, run. Don't even try to say I can change. You can't change that person. That person needs to find themselves. Because if they're not comfortable with you always winning, they are going to sabotage you continuously. They're going to make you feel like you're crazy. They're going to make you stick into a tiny box so that they could be the one shining. That's very scary. That is a very scary place to be. Okay? Another thing is people or friends who ghost you and expect you to be consistent with them. Oh my gosh, yo, I cannot stand people like this. Now, I know that in your 20s, like, life is happening for everyone. I think like that's my biggest motto. Like, I don't fault anyone for like not being able to call all the time, not being able to text all the time, not being able to respond all the time. Because babe, like, life is happening for everyone. Like, we're no longer kids. We gotta pay bills, we gotta pay rents, we gotta pay credit card. Like, life is happening to everybody. So the fact that like you get to ghost me and then expect me to be consistent with you, one thing I hate, y'all, is people who be like, oh my gosh, Biani, you don't call me, you don't text me, you don't even reach out to me. I'm always the one reaching out. I understand you're always the one reaching out. I get it. And I'm going to try my best to kind of like make up for it. But right now, with the situation I'm in and like everything else that's going on in my life, I can't right now. But I don't want you to give up on me. You know what I'm saying? But people who are always ghosting you and expecting consistency from you are low key like, I don't know. There's two sides to the coin, because like there's a part where it's just like you expecting consistency from me and you're not being a consistent friend. It's crazy to me. And then there's the other side that I look at. It's like, I know that life is happening to you. I understand, because life is happening to me too. But like, don't come out here talking about I don't call you, I don't text you, but you don't do that for me. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Like, I don't know. I think that's maybe a beige flag. That's probably a beige flag for me. Next we have friends who prioritize. Oh Lord, friends who prioritize relationships over friendships. I cannot stand y'all. Okay, let me take some sip of my Capricorn before we get back into this. Okay, some ASMR for y'all. But we had a friend who did this, and it was disgusting. I'm so sorry. Like, it was the most disgusting thing ever. And while we're on this topic, red flags in friend is a pick me friend. A pick me friend will run you to the ground for a man to pick her. And I'm speaking from the women's perspective because I'm a female. I don't know how the men do it over there. But I would like to know y'all. But a pick me female, Lord, help me, Lord Jesus. Please help me, Lord, please. It's the most disgusting thing ever, because you know how like when they say like you could smell desperation in a woman, you could actually smell the desperation in a pick me bitch, y'all. Like, we had this girl, we had this friend, y'all, and she just wanted, like, she was the friend that wanted to one up everybody. Like, there were so many red flags. The friend who wanted to one up everybody, who always made it about her, who always took attention. Oh my gosh, was a pick me bitch. Like, girl, like. And then one day I was just like watching her, like when we went to a party, and how she was just like staring at the men. And like, you know, oh my gosh, like, oh my, I don't want to get into it on this podcast, because like that is just like, me even reliving it, it was so disgusting, bro. Like, and things that happened after, yeah, you do not want to pick me friend. You do not want a friend who prioritizes relationships over friendships, because that person will run you to the ground. Okay, that no, thank you. Next red flag in a friend. This one is my personal red flag. I can't stand friends who are Debbie Downers. I cannot stand. And it's like, I mean, okay, be a Debbie Downer, but like being a Debbie Downer, like at the worst time possible, yeah. At the worst time possible. Like in college, we had this. Oh my gosh, she was not my friend, but she was one of them girls who would just used to hang out with us, or one of them people who used to hang out with us. And every single time, like right before we go out, like she would just like bring down the whole mood and talk about how like life is happening to her. It's like, bro, like I want to go out. I want to forget my problems because I have like 4 projects due and I just want to like get drunk and forget myself. Like that's literally all I want to do. And then you're here, and then everybody would feel bad. Sometimes I feel like I'm a horrible friend because it's just like, bro, like, can you tell me this shit tomorrow? I don't want to hear about all the horrible things that happen in your life. Oh my gosh, another red flag is people who good things never happen to in their life. It's always horrible things that are happening to them in their life. Like, and I don't even mean like regular horrible things, but like horrible things. I'm like, damn, girl, like, does anything good ever happen in your life? Like, and I think that one like that one affects girl. I don't know English anymore, but that one affects you more so mentally or subconsciously because it's like, damn, like you always have negative shit to say. Like, can we lift up the spirit with some positive shit, please? I don't want to hear this no more. Girl, that's like, I wouldn't say like it's necessarily a red flag. I just think that those kind of friends, like you can't take them in full doses. Like those are the kind of friends that you take in like tiny portions. Because if you are around somebody who is so negative, they might have a good soul or whatever. I like to see the best in people. Like they might have a good soul. But like, if you are around that person so often, like you will start to only see negative shit. Like you will no longer be able to see like positive things. Like, so I like for those kind of people, I take them in very, very tiny doses. Like literally, I don't marinate in the conversation if I don't need to marinate in it. That's like my personal thing. Like honestly. And then friends who act different around other people. Oh my gosh, yo, I've actually experienced this. And this is the only friend in my life that I've ever blocked. And yes, I'm gonna do a story time for y'all. I had this one friend, right? And then we were really close during COVID. We would talk every single day during COVID, right? And we came back from COVID, right? And we went to school. And OG came back with a new female. Now, mind you, like I've been talking to my bro, like just so we are clear, like I was not going to date this man because this man looked like he could beat up a female. I was not gonna do that. Like that was off my books. But anyways, he came up with a new female. And you know, like just as a friend, like if I'm talking to my girlfriends, I'll be like, girl, like you got a new man? Like, what's his name? Like, how'd y'all meet? Like, da 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 da. And then he had the audacity to be like, bro, go and ask her. Like, I said, nigga, I did not know that female. What do I look like? Ask her how y'all met when you're my friend type thing. And it was just like very, 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 very like, I don't even know what the energy was, but I was just like, maybe you're in a bad mood or whatever. Now, during COVID, right, I had told him that like, I'm very insecure when people are like, Biani, you're a lot of person, or you are, I don't really care anymore. Like, I've gotten over that. But like back then, I used to be very insecure about being extra, so I tried to like make myself smaller. International student things, just whatever. But I had told him that in confidence, and he, you know, we had a conversation about it, and I thought that like that secret was safe with him. Tell me why we are in a car with a group of his friends talking about some Biani, you're doing too much. What? What do you mean I'm doing too much? And then right there and then I got out of the car and I walked away because for me to have said that to you and you had said that you were going to like, you know, you were very understanding of it when I told you, and then you're talking about it to your other friends to look cool. They are here giggling, thinking you funny. Noted. Packed my shit and I left. And that's the last time. Like honestly, that was really the last time. Like that's when I knew that the friendship was over because it was just like for you to say that in front of people, knowing that that was something I had, like I felt very deeply about and I was very insecure about is actually insane. And then honestly, like after that happened, bro, like it just literally went downhill from there. And I told you at the beginning, this man looked like he was a wife beater. Okay, like I knew that like even if we became like I didn't even know anything, but it was just like I knew that the friendship wasn't going to last because like his mindset and my mindset, bro. Yo, he talking about how he wanted to off his girl. He was out here talking about how he wanted to off one of his ops. Mind you, this ops is in Nigeria. Mind you, in Nigeria, how to off your ops is with what did they call that thing? Juju. And then this man had the audacity to come and say, "Oh, this is my friend Biani." I say, "Shut up. Why would you be calling in front of a voodoo doctor? Why you calling? Don't call my name, please. Don't call my name here." You know, like that. Like, it's just like certain things that he was doing. It wasn't, and then he now opened his mouth and said he wanted to be a rapper. I said, "Babes, like this is how I know we can't even be friends because he just started like doing too much. Like honestly, just doing a little bit too much even for me." So I was just like, "Yeah, I'm going to wrap this up. I wish you the best." And let's keep it pushing because you are not gonna act funny around me and you are not gonna get me killed. That's one thing for sure. Okay, so that's how that friendship ended, honestly. Like, but yeah, y'all, these are a couple of red flags. These are just some, honestly. Like, there's so many red flags, but there's also so many green flags as well because I feel like there's so many good people. I like to believe that there's so many good people, and it's just a matter of finding who your person is or like who your group of people are. And y'all might talk shit, but I feel like friendships are like soulmate relationships, y'all. Like I feel that like when you find a good group of people who you feel just at ease with and you feel calm, you don't feel like you're being drained. You feel more alive every time you leave them. Because one thing you don't want in friendship, like people who suck you dry. Okay, like literally energy vampires. When you finish talking to them, you are exhausted as hell. Like you don't want to be about people like that. So where do you find these good friends, y'all? Where do you find these good friends? And let me tell you, you're not gonna find them in your beds. You're not gonna be like, I don't chase, I attract. Baby, you better be chasing so you can attract what you want in a friendship. Okay? That's one thing I'm gonna tell y'all. Now that you're in your 20s, you have the opportunity to decide who you want to be friends with. When you're in college, when you're in primary school, secondary school, you had no choice really that you thought was your own because everything was curated for you. But now you have the hand to figure out who do I want to be my friend. Like you don't fit my criteria, so you're not my friend, and that's okay. You know what I'm saying? So where do we find good friends? I say again, one of the places like how to find good friends. I'm not going to say where to find them. How to find good friends intentionally in your 20s is honestly going to things that you genuinely enjoy. So like if you enjoy pottery, go to a pottery class and you find people who share your interests with you. If you enjoy soccer, go to a game, go watch the game, and you'll be surprised because like when you're watching the game, like people are talking, and then somebody just turns to you like, girl, like da, 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 da. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying this, but I know how hard it is to make friends in your 20s. I will say this, like just a simple compliment goes a long way. Like if you see somebody and you think, oh my gosh, like you're wearing like really nice perfume, where'd you get it from? Blah 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 blah. Like, you know, if you like, especially if you go to a coffee shop, right? You know, you see somebody there, you like their perfume or something, and you're just like, hey, where'd you get this perfume from? Da, 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 da. You smell really nice. Da, 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 da. Even like when you go to like places that you visit often, I'm going to say coffee shop again, you can learn the name of the baristas. That's what Mel was saying in her podcast. Learn the name of the baristas, learn the name of people that you see at the coffee shop often. And then just one day be like, hey, can I sit down with you? Like, you know, like I don't like life is not that serious. Like life, there's too much to live in life for you to be scared and worried about what other people think about you. If they say no, cool, go sit down. At least now you know that they don't want to be your friend. Okay, rather than guessing whether they want to be your friend or not. So that's one thing I would say, like definitely like complimenting people, learning people's names. If you do have a conversation with somebody and then you get to meet them again, like try to recall, like be an active listener, like try and recall like what they said the last time. I kind of follow up on what they said. I think that would definitely spark conversation and make them feel like um you actually care about them. Because one thing I've also learned is that people like to talk about themselves. So like if you instigate somebody talking about themselves, they feel more connected to you because they feel like you listened to them, you heard what they said, and you remember what they said. So I think that's like another thing to like help you with making good friendships. Right now, how do we build trust and connection in friendships? I think this is another huge one. I think this is one I'm actually quite guilty of because I feel like I know so many people, I talk to so many people, but like I haven't like made the effort to like maintain the friendship and like maintain that connection. And I think it takes effort from both sides. That's honestly the truth. Like, if you want to be friends with somebody, you have to check in on them. You have to reach out to them. You have to like set up intentional outings with them so you can get to know them a bit better. Apparently, it takes you, bro, in Mel's podcast, she was like, bro, it takes you like almost 200 hours to actually become friends with the person. I said, nah, that is crazy. Okay, but apparently, I don't know. Don't quote me on the numbers, y'all, but like that is what, like, it's in that range of making like a real true friend and like making true connection with somebody. So I would say, y'all, like when it comes to like that aspect of maintaining connection or building a strong relationship, I would say effort. Effort goes a long way. Because once somebody sees you putting in effort, the other person will put in effort, and then it would just be a a convenient. Would I say convenient? It would be like a more relaxed back and forth. It wouldn't be forced or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? But one thing I will say to avoid in friendships and making friends is desperation. Because y'all, if you are desperate trying to make friends, you will make friends with every Tom, Dick, and Harry. People who have no business being in your life. I was watching this one TikTok where I said the biggest regret I have in my life is the people I gave access to in my life. And honestly, I think that might be my only regret in life. Like, so many people should not have access to you. Like, certain people should not have access to you. And I think we usually know people who should not have access to us in the first couple of days because their energy will just be off in like so many ways. I'm not saying now that like they might probably not change or whatever, but at this time in this space that we're in, it's not giving what's supposed to give. So you don't need to be friends with that person. Like, don't be desperate when it comes to making friends. Like, honestly, like, just play cool, let everything flow naturally. I cannot explain this enough. Let everything flow naturally so you can actually maintain and grow these real friendships in your 20s, y'all. I hope that y'all have the guideline to like making friends in your 20s because I'm telling you all this shit because I've been blessed with the best friends, y'all. I literally have been blessed and I want the same blessings for everyone, bro. Like, I don't want anybody like, I can't, oh my gosh, yeah, I can't imagine having a bad group of friends. Like, I would literally cry every day and just want to off myself. I shouldn't be saying that's dark, y'all. I don't mean that. Um, No, but I feel like everybody deserves a good group of friends, like good, solid people that you could actually depend on, people that if life or death, like they'd be there for you. That's personally what I feel, and I feel like everybody deserves that. And this is kind of like your guide to kind of make sure that you're on the right track with making friends. Because I do know that, like, especially being a wannabe, like you are so desperate for friends and you're desperate to fit in and meet people. And look, like you don't have to be friends with everybody, and everybody doesn't have to be your friend. If they say they don't want to be your friend, you don't have to force it. If they say it's okay, okay, it's okay. Don't worry, I'm not doing it again. But yeah, hopefully this episode kind of inspired you and just like helped a little bit. And y'all, please go and listen to that Mel Robbins podcast episode. I'm probably going to add it to the link description or the description below on the podcast. So make sure y'all check it out because I think it's a really, really good episode to listen to for sure. But anyways, y'all, I'll see you guys next week. Same time. I love you. Okay. Mwah. Bye.